Hey everyone, I'm Mehak. I work here at PayPal for PYUSD, leading ecosystem development and DevRel. I'm so excited to be here and chat with all of you. Thank you so much for taking the time to join and for participating in this amazing community and hackathon. At any point in the presentation, feel free to just raise your hand or unmute and ask me questions, and I'll be happy to answer them. I don't mean to take up all of this time presenting content and boring everybody here. I do want to leave a large chunk of the time we have for questions and just anything else you'd like to discuss. So, yeah, let's just make this as interactive as possible and let's get right into it. Okay, just give me a second while I share my screen. Okay, are you all looking at my screen? Okay. Awesome. So, we're here to talk about PYUSD and how all of you building here at ETH Global can use PYUSD. But before we get into that, let's talk a little bit about how PayPal really got into the crypto world and what our vision and mission is behind all the crypto products and of course our stablecoin. So, traditional payments, as many of you know, can be painful. They take days to settle. There are a bunch of intermediary fees. They require bank accounts, which sounds simple for a lot of folks, but there are hundreds and thousands and millions of undocumented, underbanked regions, and the citizens and people in those regions struggle to get access to basic financial services. And unfortunately, there's not much we can do to help them. And a lack of identity and a lack of the right kind of documentation can really disable folks. And of course, it's constrained by banking hours. For any of you who may have used ACH and wire transfers might know that these can be constrained by banking hours. Of course, I know that we're a very global audience and different regions have very different requirements. And even for folks who may use PayPal and Venmo, you might be like, hey, but we get instantaneous transfers. And while that is true, and that those are brilliant experiences that different organizations and sometimes even governments have put in place, but in the back end there is a lot of um, a lot of intermediaries fees and other processes involved, which makes the process extremely difficult and long, even though on the face of it and on the UI of it might be easy for you. So with all of these in mind, and thinking about how we as PayPal want to bring together the next generation of payments, we started thinking about what is the next place for us to create innovation in the payment space and in the fintech space. And this is a really great quote from the former Federal Reserve Chairman. And he said that the only useful thing banks have invented in the last 20 years is the ATM. And this is in the United States, of course. And that is pretty interesting. So, with that, let's look at some statistics on what innovation has looked like in the fintech space. So, 1872 was when the first wire transfer was completed. 1950 was when the first credit card was introduced, which is cool. 1972 is when the first ACH network went live, and 1977 was when the corresponding XP banking SWIFT process came into being. And so this is 50 plus years of old technologies, which still form like the high level underlying payments foundation today in the United States. So, oops. Let me make sure that all of you can hear and see this video. Just feel free to unmute and let me know if you can't see the video. But here's just a video summarizing some of the things I was saying, and hopefully that'll help you all get a sense of what we were thinking about. So yeah, with that, we'd like to introduce PYUSD, which was our form of the next generation of payments. So we've spoken a bunch about traditional payments and how there is a strong need for innovation. And this is how we see the next generation of payments, the decentralized generation of payments, where peer to peer networks allow for payments to settle without a central intermediary, with trust, with speed, and with efficiency. So, what are stablecoins? And maybe this is something that many of you already know, but just to make sure we are being inclusive, I'd like to quickly just run by this definition of a stablecoin is basically like any other cryptocurrency, except as the name suggests, its value is pegged or tied to a currency or a stable commodity. So the PYUSD stablecoin is pegged 1:1 to the US dollar. So the next generations of payments is fast, it's interoperable, it's inclusive, and it's 24 by 7. So PayPal has been in the financial industry for 20 plus years now. And 20 years ago, when this company came into being, we were the first ones to take payments from offline to online. And today, when we are launching crypto products and when we are creating on chain activity and when we launched our own stablecoin, we were able to bring payments from online to on chain. And this is how we look at the next generation of payments. So, introducing PYUSD again, a quick snapshot of what this looks like in the PayPal app, if or any of you have access to that. Um, PYUSD is also accessible through most major eligible exchanges across the globe, so feel free to check that out. Like I said, pegged 1:1 to the US dollar. Here are some very unique features that differentiate PayPal. It is 100% backed by USD reserves. It's low cost, 24 by 7, interoperable and fast. PYUSD is multi-chain, so that allows it to be interoperable. It also allows it to benefit from the different protocol features that make it low cost, make it fast, make it efficient, depending on which chain you are on. It's programmable and multi-chain. We started on Ethereum and we're now live on 3 other chains, including Arbitrum, and we hope to see all of you utilize that. Um, it's fully regulated and approved by the New York DFS. So you might think that, oh, PYUSD is only on 4 chains. But that's because we work very closely with our regulators to ensure that we are bringing to you a very safe, regulated product, and so that all your funds and your efforts are always secure. And then you can buy, redeem, and transfer PYUSD on PayPal and Venmo. And of course, this comes with the added benefit of PayPal's trust and reliability that includes things like AML transaction monitoring. So another slide here to show you how we think PYUSD is superior to other payments rails. And you can see the cost per transaction and how it differs between different funding instruments, and which is why we're so excited to introduce PYUSD to all our consumers. So, with that, let's talk a little bit more about today's hackathon. So, all of you may have already seen the 3 bounties that we have. If you haven't, please take a look at it. But we've tried to keep these bounties very open-ended and flexible and focused on innovation, because when we come to these kinds of events and when we interact with the developer and build a community, we're here to learn from you. We know that we're new in the space, and we know that there is so much more we can do and there's so much we can learn. And we have access to all these amazing communities and all the amazing minds that come to build with us at these kinds of events and hackathons. So it is very important to us to learn from you, to see the amazing ideas that you can build and integrate PYUSD with. Of course, PYUSD, being a PayPal stablecoin, was built with the intention to enable payments and be a payments focused stablecoin. But we also, of course, want to look at different kinds of consumer experiences, and we want to see what innovative but responsible use cases you will like to build PYUSD with. So if you scan this QR code, it should take you to a bunch of resources that will allow you to access and to allow you to access more PYUSD related content and give you the tools necessary for you to build with PYUSD. So we really want to, like I said, learn from you, hear your ideas, your feedback, see your builds, and we're super, super excited to see the outcome of this hackathon. And yeah, this slide is a quick gist also on all the other things PayPal is doing in the crypto industry. And these are just some of the products that we've launched in the past year. So Zoom payments, as you know, PayPal and PYUSD, the stablecoin, is a prominent application for remittances. So remittances and cross-border transactions are one of the most used use cases and the most prominent use cases for stablecoins. And of course, we have our own tool Zoom, and we want to make sure that PYUSD can help our Zoom consumers who are sending remittances to their loved ones. And we also had made it the transaction cost free to make sure that we can further push that that effort. Then B2B payments, PYUSD can greatly increase business cash flows and allow for faster and more efficient transaction between businesses, whether they're large enterprises or small to medium businesses. And we are really excited about that business use case. Then you have crypto payouts. For any of you who are familiar with Hyperwallet or payouts in general for businesses, especially, PYUSD is a great funding instrument for that as well. And then the very exciting one in the United States is the PYUSD rewards product, which if you are holding, you can earn 4% on the PYUSD in your PayPal wallet. So yeah, I really hope that this gives you a good idea on all the things we're doing with PYUSD and our other crypto products here at PayPal. Of course, there might be a lot of questions and you might have a lot of ideas, and we're so excited to hear all of those. So you can reach out to me, you can reach out to us on the Discord or Telegram channels. And this here is QR codes that help you reach the Google Cloud Faucet, where PYUSD is supported across a bunch of chains. And we hope that these testnet tokens will help you build in this hackathon as well. And with that, I come to the end of my spiel. Um, Let me take a moment here to see if there were any questions. I'm sorry, I wasn't able to see the screen. I see that there are a bunch of notes in the chat, so I will just go through them right now. Um,
No, okay. Looks like there were some issues with her connection. I'm gonna try to get her back
hey,
into the chat. Ah, there you go. Yeah,
I'm
your
here.
video is
Yeah,
going.
it seems to
Okay,
I got
cool.
kicked out. So it seems like my video has been blocked. It says that um you cannot start your video because the host has stopped it.
Okay,
But that's
just give
okay.
me 1 sec. Just give me now. I just yeah, there you go. You should be able to redo it now. I just wanted to make sure that's only you on screen and not
Oh,
everybody else. So
of
you
course,
should
of
be able
course.
to do it again.
Uh, okay, yep, I'm back. Sorry about that, folks. Okay, so Pascal, it seems like I have lost access to the chat, or maybe it's
Okay.
refreshed for me because earlier I could see like 18 plus messages and now it's blank.
Okay, I can read them out. I think the first one was actually from Anon2. So Anon2, if you just want to unmute yourself and just ask a question, I think that's probably the easiest one. And you were the first to post too.
Yeah, thanks. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, so I have a question, and I mean, it's great. Your presentation started with how it's enabling payments in regions where people don't have access. And my first contact with PyUSD is this is not available in your region. So I thought it was a bit. Is there anything I can still do for this hackathon with some kind of sandbox and testnet tokens
Yes,
until?
absolutely. Thank you for asking that question. And could you tell me which region you are trying from?
Yes, I'm in Europe. I'm in Slovenia.
Gotcha. Sorry about that experience. I know we are currently very focused on making sure that, our geo expansion plans come to fruition, and regions like yours get access very soon through the PayPal app as well. But PYUSD should be available across other exchanges that you might want to use. So if you can check that and let me know if that works out for you. And nevertheless, the testnet QR codes that I shared, or the Paxos testnet link that you might also find in the link tree, will be available to you and should be available to you. So you should be able to use that to build for this hackathon.
Actually, I wanted to have an integration with actual PayPal, not just using the ERC20 token, but actually
Okay.
have something with a PayPal account, and like being able to access DeFi protocols just with a PayPal account. That's the idea I had originally.
Right. Unfortunately, because of the regional regulatory requirements, I'm sorry, I don't think that will be possible right now. But if you would still like to use the ERC20 token, which is the stablecoin, that would be great as well.
All right, thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah, I wrote down all the questions that were asked, so you can go over them in the chat.
Awesome. Okay, I see the questions here. Thank you so much, Pascal. So, are there any examples of already built projects using PYUSD? Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much for that question. So, if you scan the QR code that I shared earlier, it will take you to a link tree where there are a number of blogs and documentation. In there, you will see recaps of earlier hackathons, and you can see descriptions and summaries on what all those projects built and what use cases they use. We also have a bunch of other blogs and technical documentation showcasing sample codes and sample use cases. So hopefully that helps you. If you can't find it, feel free to post a question, and I'll try my best to make sure you get access to those. But yeah, feel free to check those out. You can also look at the at PayPal Dev X handle, where we frequently post about winners from our bounty challenges and hackathons, and we usually tag those projects, so you can also access them through there if that's easier. Okay, are there any specific build or ideas you guys are looking to see us build using PayPal USD? I would love to share our idea and get your thoughts if we have time. Yeah, I mean, thank you for that question. So, like I said, PYUSD is designed keeping payments in mind. And when we, of course, for Ethereum, we use the ERC20 contract, but when we're thinking about EIPs, when we're thinking about, PYUSD on other protocols, when you think, like, if you look at our newly launched Stellar, or if you think at look at Solana, and we think about like token extensions or any specific features or programmability that we want to enable, we think about how we can create easier, efficient payments, and that is, of course, core to our business, core to PayPal's core vision. And I would say that we would look for something similar to that. So when you think of use cases, you can think of peer-to-peer networks, you can think of cross-border transactions, you can think of B2B use cases. You can also think of things that are not related to payments, though, which I've seen a bunch. Like, I've seen folks use PYUSD as a collateralized token for micro loans in underserved regions. I've seen PYUSD be used in the form of wrappers. Wrappers of PYUSD be used to create like interoperable applications. I've also seen PYUSD be used in gas saving projects. So the world is your oyster. All we want to make sure is that you use PYUSD responsibly, and we encourage you to ensure that PYUSD is not used for any wrong services or intentions. Okay. Oops, seems like I missed a question. What secures the stablecoin? Is there a way for anyone to deposit collateral and mint PYUSD? So, if you want to learn more about the exact reserve details around what backs PYUSD, I would encourage you to read our documentation just so that I make sure I don't say anything wrong here. But it is 100% backed by cash equivalent reserves, and it is minted by Paxos, which is regulated by the New York DFS. So no, not anyone can deposit collateral and mint PYUSD. It is only issued by our issuer Paxos. Okay, I am short of PYUSD faucets. Google Cloud provides only 100 PYUSD a day for an account. Is there any way to get more? Yeah, I mean, I apologize if you felt that that's not enough. That is really great feedback. I will definitely take that back to our team and see how we can improve on that. For now, I would encourage you to either wait till the next day or maybe also try to access the Paxos faucet as a secondary faucet to get additional test tokens. The last question. I'm looking at building a stablecoin superpool orbital. I'm considering using PYUSD as one of the tokens. Is this something you would consider for a price? Yes, absolutely. So, of course, we would really like to see PYUSD be the primary token. But as long as you're using PYUSD towards the actual use case and you can show that PYUSD is pivotal to your application, it should be considered. Okay, I have some more questions here. And Pascal, keep me in check on time. I don't want to go over by too much. But okay, question here is I'm working with the Avail project, who's a top sponsor. We are using them for cross-chain payments. We'd really like to have PYSG part of the ecosystem. Is this something you could support? Um, yeah, I think I am in touch with someone from your team already. But happy to have any additional conversations. I do believe I was chatting with Naruto. I think we have an email thread going, so maybe you want to check in with them. But yeah, would always would love to chat more about how we can collaborate. So in short, for the bounties, we just need to integrate PYUSD in some way, Boris. Yes, that is correct. We want to see how you can use PYUSD, whether it's, for any variety of different applications that you have. But it is pivotal to use PYUSD and to show us how PYUSD helped your project or your application or, any new use cases that you may come up with that we haven't thought of. So yeah. Seems like there's a question for you and me both, Pascal. Yeah, go for it.
It's just unmute yourself. That's fine.
Oh, awesome. Hey Pascal. Hey Mehak. So, looking at these three bounties, basically the project that we're building, really briefly is AI to AI payment protocol. So kind of like think of you telling Siri to book your restaurant. Siri goes, finds a restaurant, AI agents, books the restaurant. And we're here trying to basically integrate PayPal USD to process that booking on ASI's Agentverse. And given these bounties, I know in hackathons, I don't think we could pick all of them during submission. How would we, or Mehak, if you could guide us a little bit, my team is, which bounty would we choose, giving that description?
That actually might be a question for me. So you don't apply for a specific track, you just apply for a sponsor. So if you're using PayPal USD, if you're using ASI, you can just select both of them during submission. There's going to be a separate tab that asks you what you used. You can literally click the images. It's going to open up a little box that asks you where did you use it, show the line of the code, and you can actually provide some feedback to the partners as well. So the PayPal USD team, for example, is going to be seeing like, hey, our technology was fantastic to integrate, or maybe it was terrible to integrate, and you can leave the feedback there directly. So again, you don't apply for the specific bounty track, just for the overall, because I'm not sure how it's like working with PayPal USD, but we did have some cases before where people won multiple prizes from the same partner because their project just was applicable to multiple and was just that good.
Got it. So we just basically apply to PayPal and give our description and everything, and then PayPal decides which bounty we.
Yes, exactly.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, that clears it up. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, thank you for sharing. We're super excited about agentic payments. So I look forward to that. Seems like we have one last question, and I'll take that, Pascal, and then we can stop.
Yeah, that's fine.
So Dominique here is asking, can I use a mock token to simulate PYUSD? Dominique, if you're comfortable sharing why you'd like to use a mock token instead of using the token itself or the test tokens, that would be an easier way for me to understand the question at hand. Oh, it's okay if you're not comfortable. If you can just, you need more than the faucet limit. Okay. Okay, maybe that was your question earlier. Um, I unfortunately don't think that would be acceptable, because we want to be sure that you are able to um, use PYUSD with all its contract programmability. And of course, while I understand that it's the standard and you can easily recreate that, but we would definitely prefer for you to stick to the original. You do have a few days for hacking, so maybe that gives you enough amount of time to collect the number of tokens you need. I would also say that I'm not sure what use case you're looking for, but you don't have to show us very large volume in the proof of concept, since I'm assuming you might be building a proof of concept for your project. And you can try to display the same thing, maybe in smaller quantities. But yeah, I hope that helps.